y'all, welcome to my channel. If you are new, and welcome back if you are a returning subscriber. I aced that. I am who am I? Well, I'm up there like so focused on the intro. I'm Nicole, formerly known as Elocin Ned'RAH, the modern day sage, and as you can see, the title of this video is why I stopped watching tarot videos. And I know like there are quite a few people that feel this exact same way, or they've been not watching tarot readings or tarot videos on YouTube. Now let me tell you, like years ago, I used to be like one of those people that had to watch, a tarot video every single day, several times a day, especially when I was in a darker period. Like I was using those videos initially to gauge exactly where I was at in my experience, what type of energy I was emitting, and what type of videos I was attracting at the time. I didn't necessarily look at those for guidance per se, even though there were like nuggets and gems in those videos for me to, reflect upon and possibly make changes in my life. But, I was very mindful of what type of videos I watched. I watched a lot of collective reads, or those videos with energy updates, because the readings that, talked about love relationships and this and that. Sometimes so listen, I ain't gonna lie, like back in 2016, 2017, 2018, started falling off like 2019. Those were like years where I watched twin flame videos, especially 2016, 2017, heavily. Like I just knew that I was a twin flame, and I watched those videos to see where the energy was collectively between me and my twin flame. Now, the reason why I'm quote unquote twin flame is because I've evolved along that path as well, but that's for a whole different video. Right now, we're discussing like why I stopped watching tarot videos. Now, mind you, I am the modern day sage, and I do have another channel. I'm not gonna say a second channel because I have several channels, but I have another channel dedicated to collective readings and things of that nature. Now, if you go to that channel, which will be linked in the description, you will see that I am not consistent on that channel just because I'm not necessarily divining energy with oracle cards or tarot cards as much anymore because of how I operate now, and I do it every now and then because I'm led to do it. It's not necessarily like an obsession, like I have to get these videos out, I have to get these messages to the collective, although I will say that those messages do be on point, but it's a reason why I'm very mindful about that, okay? Which we'll get into in a minute. But going background, I used to watch these tarot videos, oracle card videos. I had some favorites on YouTube I will not mention. It's not because, I'm not trying to pass that information along. It's just that like some of these people, I forgot who they were. Except a few, every now and then for entertainment purposes. And once again, to check the energy, I might watch, I don't even know who these people are. I ain't even gonna lie. And I don't have favorites anymore. I know I'm all over the place, But yeah, I'll check in with the energy just to see what it looked like every now and then, like every blue moon. So, you know, so yeah, you know, I started noticing, like, watching these videos, how I got caught up in this obsessive energy of, you know, what's gonna happen next, or, you know, leaning on these videos to bring light to a dark situation. Because around that time in 2016, all the way up until just about 2020, really, it was a very dark time for me. Like dark, like heavy. And then, like, you know, once we crossed over in 2020, which is that 2020 vision, you know, I started seeing things clear, boy. I started seeing things clear, for real. And that's why I said, like, in 2018, 2019, I slowly started, like, you know, not consuming so much tarot videos, right? Because, like, I'm telling you, 2020 was like a crossover point. Like, I just, like, started seeing stuff a little bit different, you know. And then, mind you, I'm in a whole new energy now, period. Like, I done crossed over into my 40s. I done crossed over into my 40s, and I'm not saying that, you know, just because I'm 40, you know, I'm a lot wiser. But I'm telling you, with learning experiences and age, you mature, hopefully, and you gain knowledge and wisdom. You know, being that I'm on a spiritual path, you know, I am making sure that I learn these lessons in life. You know, I'm still going through stuff like everybody, but I'm making sure that I'm learning my lessons. And like, I'm in that, I'm done with that experimenting phase, because there was a phase where, you know, I would go through certain lessons over and over again, trying different techniques and different approaches to see what type of outcome I would get, until I finally decided, like, okay, I got it. It ain't that, or that. So it must be what Spirit been telling me all along. Anyway, that's another story. So, yeah, like 2020, I started seeing things clearly, you know, and then I started using my manifesting abilities a little bit differently. I started tapping deeper into my spirituality. Like, I think in 2018, 2019, when I became introduced to the Loas in Haitian Voodoo, look, I just got chills. I started doing that deep ancestral work, you know, like that inner healing, and, you know, working with some heavy duty Loas, you know, or spirits. So, and it's a reason for that, specifically for me going down that particular path, because it's been discovered through this, after 2020, like, why the Loas would come around me. Mind you, I'm a medium, so spirits come to me sometimes, and I feel them. I channel that energy out. Sometimes I be in the energy of a Loa and wouldn't even realize I'm in that energy until somebody comes back and tell me, like, okay, girl, that wasn't you, but, or, you know, like, I'm doing things that, you know, like, why are you doing that? That's a whole nother story too. Oh man, I got like so much that I could talk about, like, for real. If only I would talk. No, I'm just playing. Okay, so once I started doing my ancestral healing and, like, working with the Loa, and the reason why the Loa were coming to me, let me just say, because I have some descent of Haitian in my blood. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. I Baba. I got African, like, the Black American. We most definitely are indigenous to this land, especially if you claiming you native. But, this whole world is a mixing pot. Anyway, I started doing my ancestral healing and started doing my shadow work and started tapping more into my manifestation abilities and my dark feminine energy. So, I started, one thing that I really had a hard time doing was divining for myself. So sometimes I would use the collective readings that I did to divine for myself, or the collective energy, to be able to check back at a later date and see how it played out. So I would do it like that, because a lot of times when I'm doing these readings, I'm not present at all. I'm channeling energy, or I'm channeling these messages, right? But yeah, during that time, I was still watching videos. I was watching pick a card readings. It changed from those collective readings, those twin flame readings, to pick a card readings, because the reason why is because I felt like I had more of a choice. Instead of just listening to this one collective message, here it is. I'm faced with this pick a card. I got to pick the card. So this message has to be for me. And it was. It was a message for me. And I felt a little bit more in control of my destiny, or how the energy was flowing, although I was still listening to readings. Does that make sense? Is what I'm saying making sense? Because, I stopped doing those too. I got to a point, I think that may have been sometime in 2022. For real, I was okay, I'm done. I'm done, because I did all this work on myself. I'm seeing my manifestation abilities popping. And sometimes I would listen to before 2022, listen to a reading to see what my manifestation abilities were looking like, what type of energy I was in, what am I attracting to me? And then one day I was watching a video and it was not resonating at all. And every video that I was like, hold on. And it already came to me the reason why it's not resonating is because that's not your energy. You're in control of your energy. It's not going to resonate. So I was like, let me watch another video. Didn't resonate. I'm none of these readings resonate. See, I learned already. Hard-headed. As my mama would say, a hard head will make a soft ass. Okay, whatever. Anyway, so I, stopped resonating with readings because I was in a whole different energy. I was in my manifestation energy, manifesting, creating the things around me, and not necessarily being in this loop of collective energy. So, I think that was most definitely a changing point for me in 2022, when I was just okay, I'm done, because I'm so much greater than these readings. I don't need a reading to tell me where I'm at. I know where I'm at. I can see it all around me. Right now, my energy speaks abundance. It speaks comfort and stability. It speaks hard fucking work, bitches. I'm talking to all these motherfucking demons that was I was just playing. But no, it speaks of hard work, and I'm gotta give it to myself for that, for the energy that I exude and I put forth on a daily basis, doing this inner work, this shadow work, this spiritual work. Especially learning who I am as a being in this world, expressing myself. So, to wrap it up, the reason why I stopped watching tarot videos was because they no longer resonated based upon the work that I did and the elevation of my spirit. You know, I'm not saying like, you know, not to watch readings, because, you know, it's levels to this. It's levels to this. And like, if that's the level and the path that you're on of self-mastery, which it was all along and is still to this day, you know, certain things will resonate with you and certain things won't. So, you know, you know, it no longer resonates. So, you know, I don't know if my experience resonates in one way or another, or like if you may have watched tarot videos and you stopped, or you're feeling the need to stop, your reasons may be different than mine. They may be similar. So like, you know, let me know how this resonated with you. Let me know your experience in the comments below, because I really want to hear from y'all, for real. And if you're new to watching this video, make sure that you follow or subscribe. I'm so old. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel, because we're going to have more talks like this. You know, I like sharing my experiences because they could be gems and jewels and pearls and diamonds to those who are seeking some sort of, you know, wisdom. All right, so I'm out. Until next time. Peace.